You know, I'm delayed every doggone Saturday, y'all. I'm so sorry. There we go. Okay. Good Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. You see this face? Ain't she cute? You'll see this face, you'll hear this voice loud on a rainy, cloudy Saturday morning. You know, it's time for Salad Saturday at 8 a.m. So, good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome. Welcome, 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 welcome. I'm always, Father God, touch the mind, Lord. Touch the mind, Jesus. Touch the mind. All right. Okay. We've been doing this for some time, so y'all know me by now. So it is what it is. Y'all just bear with me. But again, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Kingdom blessings, everyone. As you know, like I say, today is gonna be a great day because we serve a great God. In spite of the weather and the climate today, it's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a great day, right? So here I go again. All right, I'm sorry, I'm so delayed. Once again, I can't see comments. Okay, so I'm gonna figure it out. We're gonna keep it going because I will not be defeated. Okay, there it is. Because listen, I was about to play Gracie's Corner for y'all like I do my kids and go to hell and tell Satan to release my platform. But I see the comments, so I'm better now. Okay, so it's always something. It's always something. It's always something. But we are more than conquerors. So here we are. Good morning, Erica. Good morning, Rick. Good morning, Rufus and Shaka. Let's just jump right on in, right? So, kingdom blessings again, everyone. Good morning, kingdom. I am your host, Cherise Stevenson, your life strategist. And again, I say welcome to Solid Saturday. Solid Saturday is a platform of growth and encouragement that was birthed through the third installment of Unnamed and Unwanted. And this is I Know Who I Am, the process to positivity. It is not the only process, but it is a process on this journey towards our bigger, better, greater, right? That's what life is. Life is about doing better, becoming. Life is about becoming, right? So we use this moment as a mirror. Oh Lord. We use this moment as a mirror, not to look at ourselves, but to look within ourselves through our weekly readings of aspirations, which are positive quotes, inspirations, which are positive scriptures, and affirmations, which are positivity that we speak over ourselves. As your mentor and your guide, we help each other find joy and live life with intention and purpose, which is so, so important. So, again, we are year two, embarking on year three of Solid Saturday. This is season four, and all of my seasons usually have a theme. And the theme for this season is how bad do you want it? Right? And then as we began our season, we stretched it out a little bit more. And now it's also what do you want? Right? So you can't really want something until you really figure out what you want. So it's kind of like a twofold, but it works for us, right? So again, I say good morning, I say welcome, I say kingdom blessings, and I'm so happy that you guys are here with us today. For all my first time viewers, new viewers, thank you for being here. Those who watch the replay, thank you for watching. Those of you who subscribe to YouTube, thank you. Right? So, um, so much going on. So much going on. Um, let me do my shout outs. Right? I know I do shout outs, which is really, really short today because I don't have a lot of shout outs. But yeah, like I said, we're always praying. We're praying, we're always praying for the government, for our country, for our leaders, for our children, for each other. Pray for yourself, your family, your friends. Pray for your churches, your pastors, your coverings. If you don't have a church home, let me introduce you to Divine Destiny Cathedral, where Bishop James A. Jones Sr. is the pastor and First Lady Jones is our co-pastor. Good morning, y'all. Love y'all. Mwah. And if you don't know what to pray for concerning them, I tell you, pray for them because they have to deal with me. Okay, great. Good morning to my parents, Nanny and Dad. Love you guys. My staff member, Erica Parker, we're praying for her. She's literally had 2 back-to-back deaths in her family. And she's on today. So I love you for that, Erica. Thank you for still being here. We're praying for one of my faithful followers and supporters, Cleo, and her daughter, Talia, who is now home. So we thank God for that. And we're still praying for my other staff member, Colleen, who is still healing with from her knee injury. So prayer is important. We're still praying for the bereaved, those who are grieving, and for those who just need strength. Sometimes it's not easy. Sometimes you just need a word of encouragement. You know what? And I'm just going to challenge you guys this week to shoot a text, pick up a phone, just say, hey, how you doing? Haven't spoken to you in a while. Just want to make sure you good. You have no idea what that means to someone, So I'm going to challenge y'all this week and for you guys to do that. All right. I don't know of any birthday this week, but if you had a birthday and you watching this, happy birthday. We celebrate you. We pray long life over you. Anniversaries, keep it going. Wedding anniversary, church anniversary, whatever. Anniversary of yourself as an entrepreneur. Happy anniversary. It's not easy. Yeah. Announcements. I do want to congratulate some people. So just give me a moment. Another staff member. My staff is just everywhere. My other staff member, Vanessa, she has just embarked on something huge and great in the form of relocating to a whole another state, bigger, better, greater job opportunity. And she's unpacking as we speak. She texted me like 6 o'clock this morning. So thank God I was already up. But we say congratulations to her. And I also want to recognize and shout out my nephew's son, Droop. Okay, so his name is not Droop, but I call him Droop. And that's what it is. I want to shout out my nephew's son. I'm so proud of him. I believe it. Hey, Monique. Now don't be mad at me. I think he's 24. Oh, Nessa is on. Hey, Nessa. We just congratulated you. I want to say Droop is 24. About to turn 25. But he's in there. And he's a young man about his business. And he just got his keys to his new place. And that's why his age is so important. He's either 24 or 25, or he's about to be 25. But that's where he's at. And I'm so proud of him. Him and Allie, which is his partner, and their 2 beautiful kids, got their own place, and they're working. They're well educated. They're doing their thing, and they're doing the right thing. And I'm proud of my baby, and I'm trying not to get emotional because I'm proud of my baby, and that's just I'm gonna leave it there. I'm proud of my baby. So Thank you for giving me 2 minutes of being mushy, because that's my baby, right? So, again, more announcements. You know, I have online shopping. There's Etsy. There's Redbubble. There's Spreadshop. I didn't bring Lance out. I'm sorry. I was rushing. But we have so many different types of items. If you Google Shop with Cherise is all one word. Um, the pages will pop up. It will show. And please, support me, but encourage Colleen. As you met her a few weeks ago, that is my web designer, my digital creator, and she does amazing work. So it's a 2-for-1 of support and encouragement. All right. This month, as you know, we do Solid Saturday. We do it every week. We walk through the book, but the month of March has been dedicated to women. So it's Women's History Month. And I was led to honor women who are making history this month. So and it's been good. I hope you guys have been enjoying what's been coming across the platform. I know I have. And I just believe God does all things well. All things well. It's been informative. We've been encouraged. My cousin Jamel Lewis came on the first Saturday and just set the platform for women. No disrespect to men. Men, I am creating something for you guys in June. Because I don't know why there's not a men's celebration for a whole month, but I didn't make the calendar. Sorry, guys. So I'm gonna do it on my platform. So I got y'all. Just ride out with me through the month of March, because we need our men. We need our men. And I got y'all's back. But March is Women's History Month. So I've been having women entrepreneurs come on. And they're not just your regular nurses and what's a female occupation? Hairstylist, nail techs, they're not your regular, they're not your average. And God led me to choose these particular women because their professions are pretty much male dominant. I think it's male dominant. Like we heard from Colleen the other week, digital creator, that's male dominant because it's tech, and most men are techies, right? But we're breaking glass ceilings. We're breaking glass ceilings for sure. And our guest this week is breaking glass ceilings in a field that she's going to represent in a few minutes. Last week we had a guest scheduled, but they didn't show up, so you guys got the opportunity to interview me, and that was just pure joy and entertaining. And even though the audience interviewed me, I learned something about myself. So that was amazing. I got to see and hear my own growth. So thank you guys for that. We might do that again. That was so amazing. It was raw. It wasn't rehearsed. The questions came from the viewers, and it was great. It was great. But this week, today, we have a guest. And again, she is breaking glass ceilings. She's doing her thing. She's holding it down. And I'm going to bring her up and let her tell y'all what she do. And we are going to get right into it. So y'all please help me welcome Miss Jeanette Wilson. Y'all say good morning to Jeanette.
Good morning, everyone.
She's not by herself. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning to the host, Cherise, and thank you for being obedient to God. First off, that's the most important thing, and giving honor to God, of course, who's always been the head of my life, regardless of the struggles. But I'm grateful, and good morning to Cherise's audience, because this is the Cherise Show, which is like they have the Sherry Show. It's going to be the Cherise Show.
The Cherise Show.
The Cherise Show. So good
Yeah.
morning, everybody. Good morning. My name, as Cherise said, my name is Jeanette Wilson, and I am a realtor. I am a real estate broker in New York City, and I specialize in residential and commercial real estate, which is important because it's commercial is a part that most people don't dab in because it's difficult to get into and it's locked down. There are few women in it, but not many of us want to go into it because it's an all male dominated field, and you really have to be able to put on them Timberland boots and go out there and rock with them because they do not want to let us in. But I have on my Timberlands and I'm kicking doors down because I'm coming in. So as Cherise
I'm
says,
sorry, y'all. I'm gonna be a little animated because Jeanette and I are definitely two people who are like-hearted. So if
yeah.
you think I say how I feel, okay.
Oh, Cherise, let's not
Now,
go there.
before we even get into this, Jeanette,
Hmm.
I didn't know you do commercial. Girl, we gotta talk.
Yes, I do.
I just had to put that plug in there. I just thought it was residential. I didn't know you do commercial. I got plans, but we'll talk. We'll
Okay,
talk.
anytime.
Girl,
You know,
okay.
you got my number. I'm always
Yeah.
available.
So thank you for taking time out. I know it's early
Yeah.
in the morning,
Hmm.
but and I just want you to know that I appreciate your sacrifice, your time, and your energy. And let me tell you, the women that I've selected for this platform, I thought it was going to be a fight. I thought it was going to be a tussle. Hey, Bert, because I get the, oh God, I gotta talk in front of the people. I don't want to do this. I don't want. But this year, this is why I know something is going to happen for everybody who said yes. When I called them and I texted them, I was like, look, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and they was like, all right, sure. When you want me to come on, I built up all that energy for a rebuttal and a defense, and didn't even need
None
it.
at all.
So
None at
I'm
all.
so happy that you were here. So let's just jump into it because this is really, really important. And I believe that those who tune in will be blessed. And those who
Okay.
watch the replay, if you miss it, put your questions in the comments and we will get to you um the best way that we can in response to your question. This is why I always say follow the page. Don't just like the page because you never know um what you're missing or what information is beneficial to you. All right. Okay. Jeanette, on your end, can you see comments?
I see. Hold on a second. Let me see. Yes, I can. Okay.
Okay,
Wow. I
great.
didn't catch that. It says
Great.
join the chat. Should I join the chat?
I I think I don't know. We never did that before.
Never mind.
Do it and
Now,
see what happened.
I might be going. It's connecting me to YouTube. Never
Okay,
mind.
let's go for it. We never did that before.
I can't respond. I can't respond in the chat. So I don't know if that's okay.
I don't. I listen. Trial and
Well,
error.
listen,
I have no idea.
guys, I'll put it like this. Cherise has my number, and I'll give you my email address, and you can always email me. I'll even give you my phone number because I don't have a problem because it's a public number anyway. Um, so please feel free to email me. Cherise, if they pose a question, I'll answer it. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
But I'm wherever you want to start. Let's go.
Okay. So let's just open up with something general, and so we can get to know who you are, right? So was this something you always wanted to do? Like, how did you get into this field of
Do
real
you
estate?
really? Oh my
Because
God,
that's
let me tell you.
nobody at the age of 6 wake up and be like, you know what? When I grow up, I want to sell houses. Ever.
Believe it or not, I have loved real estate since I have been 16 years old. I've
Really?
wanted to do real estate.
Wow.
But as you know, in our community, everything is get a city job, get a job, get a job. But I still love real estate. Let me put it out here. I am bougie, without a doubt. I love my stilettos. I love my heels. I love dressing up. I love the whole works. And when I used to see the realtors on TV, they were always dressed. What job pays you to get dressed to go to work? That was my concept. And I was like, huh, I like that. She goes to work in her heels. She gets her hair done, her nails done, and she looks good all the time. And all she's doing is walking around and saying this, that, and the other. I was like, I could do that. Now, the caveat was there was nobody to tell you how to get into the field because it's not a
Mm.
field where, they teach you in school. Or, that's not something that's talked about. Everything that we learn in school is get a job, get a skill, get a trade. They didn't think of real estate as a trade or a job. It was just something that a particular group of people did because you didn't see many of us in it, let's be honest. And fast forward to 9/11. I was part of 9/11 with the whole thing. I don't want to go through that again. I don't want to talk about that. But afterwards, being laid off, I began to look into real estate. When I went to workforce, they talked about real estate, and I was like, real estate? Let me see. I went, I got my license. I started working at a local office. Then I started working for Wyckoff Realtor, which was one of the first it was called Will Banker, then it was Wyckoff. And I literally fell in love all over again. When I say love, I mean I ate, I breathed, I slept, I dreamed. Everything I did was focused on real estate to the point my friends didn't want to be my friends anymore because no matter where we went, I was on the phone with a client or trying to do business, and they were like, "Can you shut your phone off?" I'm like, "No, I can't. This business is money." And it got to the point where some of them didn't even like me anymore because I was on the phone constantly. But I used to spend my Sundays after church going to open houses, literally in Manhattan. I would get dressed, get on the train or drive into the city, and I would take in $1 million open houses. Walk around, no client, but I'm walking around. I would do when I don't know if you remember when Brooklyn was building up, those buildings that are downtown,
Mm-hmm.
they used to have twilight open houses that would start at 6 p.m. And they would offer the brokers wine and cheese and everything. And I would leave my house in Queens and go all the way downtown Brooklyn to do open houses. Mainly because I wanted that there's a different energy doing real estate that you don't get when you have a job versus a career.
Mm.
That's the difference. A job is something I go to every day because I have to, because I need to pay my bills. A career is something I do because I love what I get from it. And I love the energy of being in real estate. As a woman, there's no ceiling to the amount of money you can make. The amount of money you make is up to you. It's the effort that you put towards it. So it's right, Rick. How bad do you want it? I want it bad. I sleep, dream about this. When I'm not doing this, I don't feel comfortable. Like I feel like I'm missing something. I go to real estate meetings and the energy from other realtors that you get, it's like you're in a room and it's electric. The energy is just like fire. We have a conference we have every year in December. Triple Play. It's in Atlantic City. And it's every realtor in New York City, New Jersey, PA, that they all come together. And it's almost like there's a lot of vendors there and there's a lot of realtors there, there's companies. And if you walk in there and you're not a realtor, when you walk out, you will be. Because that's how electric the energy is when you walk in there with all of the things that are available to you, the tools, just the dynamics of meeting people. I mean, I'm sorry, walking around and showing a house to somebody and helping them make a decision that can impact the rest of their life is phenomenal.
I love that. You have just become like the mascot of my theme of Solid Saturday about how bad do you want it?
It is.
Because if you want it bad enough, you're going to do what you got to do to get what you want, right? I love that. I love that.
Trust
So
me.
let me ask you this,
Sure.
right? What are the pros and cons of being, I don't
Whew.
know if I want to say realtor or a female realtor. So
Okay.
whichever angle you want to take it.
All right. So getting in this business, people need to understand one thing. It's not an overnight success. It's not you're gonna jump in, you're gonna get your license, and all of a sudden, boom, you're gonna get all these businesses and you're gonna close these deals. It's a learning thing still. And I think you do yourself a disservice if you don't continue to learn. Like, I'm a certified buyer's rep. I'm a short sales foreclosure specialist. I'm a graduate of property management. All those things that you do, we have classes, we have training. And if you don't take a part, if you don't do it, you lose a lot because there's a lot of information that you need to do, but it also helps build up your confidence, your knowledge. And the pros and cons are this: when you get into business, you have to have money for at least 6 months to support yourself, because it may be 6 months where you don't close a deal because it's hard. You have a lot of competition out here and you have to get with the right company and learning the business. It's a curve where you will get cheated when you first get in business. That's the one thing they taught me in class. Your broker, quote unquote, I hate to say it, some of them are scrupulous, where you will be making less than others because you don't know. That's why education is very important in this business. This is an ongoing business where education is key. But the pros to it is you make your own schedule. You you make your own money. If I know that I want to gross 100,000 this year, I break down how many deals I need to do per month that I need to close, how many clients I need to have in my database. It's a work. It's work. People think being a realtor is easy. It's not. We make it look easy, but it's a lot of work behind the scenes that you have to do. But you got to love what you do, or else you won't do it.
Mm.
So the pros and cons is you have to have friends, you have to have family that is going to support you, because you're going to need it. And then you got to not take it personal when your friends don't utilize you when they want to buy a house or get an apartment or get a commercial property. You can't take it personal, because when they don't use you, you'll get two new friends that will. So the pros and cons are, you got to love it. If you don't, it becomes a job. Whereas if it's a job, you might as well get a 9 to 5, because this job will kick you behind, especially as a Black woman. It's hard. It was hard in the beginning. There wasn't a lot of us. And then we get to this thing where we don't help one another. That's the thing. Instead of seeing someone that looks like you and say, hey, let me help her, everything becomes a competition, but not realizing that there's enough money out there for all of us. I don't have to cut your throat to get this dollar, because guess what? There's $2 more down the block. I just have to take 5 steps and I'll get it. And the pros and cons are, you have to be able to discipline yourself, because there's nobody telling you to get up, to work this, to do this, to make these calls, to go see people. It took me a while to get out of the mindset of being an employee and becoming an employer, because those are two different mindsets. The CEO of a company doesn't have anybody telling him what to get up. He gets up at 5 a.m. in the morning, 4 a.m., and starts work while everybody else is still asleep. So by the time the employee gets up at 7 to go to work, the employer has been working for 4 hours already. So it's a mindset.
I like that you pointed out that it's a mindset.
It is.
Because that mindset will undergird how bad do you want it.
Yes.
I also like the fact that you said confidence,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because it takes a certain level of, like, if I can explain it like that, you know what I mean? Like, you remember the little toys, the Weeble Wobbles?
Yes.
Where you
Weeble
would
Wobbles,
knock it, it'll rock, but it would never fall down. That's what I'm visualizing. That's what I saw when you said confidence. Because as a woman, as an African American woman, doing a career that's male dominated, you will weeble wobble.
You
Because
will.
for me, this is how I see it, right? Real estate falls in the lines of auto mechanics, male dominant, they take advantage of women, you
They
know,
do.
they take advantage of women. I don't car dealerships take advantage of women, that
Mhm.
kind of says. So I feel like women are not taken seriously in this line of work, which is why I'm so happy that you're here, right? I'm so glad that you're here because it takes a level of stilettos to be like, yeah, I'm here and I ain't going nowhere. That confidence, and I said it last week. I said it last week. When you give God faith, He gives you confidence.
Yes.
So, and there may be some people who will come across this platform who are not saved or don't believe in God, or what you believe in the universe, you believe in the creation, but you don't believe in the creator. And that's just me. I don't understand. However, when you're an entrepreneur, especially when you're going against the grain, you need God.
You
You
do.
you need God. You need God. And that confidence, that level of confidence has to be God given. It has to be God given because I feel like we'll tear ourselves down before anybody else gets the opportunity to tear us down.
Right.
So I applaud your strength and commitment to this. It's amazing. Which segue into my next question for you is, how do you fight against quitting or giving up?
Well, let me tell you, there was a time, like I've been doing this for a while, and I've gone in and out of the field due to financial issues or whatever the case may be. And some of it is due to people saying, oh, you're not going to make it. You should just go back and get a 9 to 5. And I've done that. I took a job and was so miserable. I
Wow.
did my job. I go to work every day. I put in 100%. But in the end, my mind is still saying, I'd rather be selling real estate, to be honest. And I know that it's a struggle, especially when you're single, because there's no income coming in if you're not working and bringing it in. So you have to learn how sometimes to juggle both until one of them picks up to that place where you can walk away from the ladder. And what I admonished myself that I didn't do in the beginning was look at investing, because when you first got into this business, no one told us as a realtor to invest. We were just showed how to sell. And now I'm at a point where I have one property, but I want more properties. So now it's about this for 2024. It's about investing. My pastor, Pastor Tyrone Sellers, shout out. He his topic for this for 2024 was unshakable faith.
Mhm.
And I'm believing God that that's where I'm going, because for my birthday in September, I don't want to go on a trip. I want to close on a building. That's my goal, because I go on vacation. I could go on vacation. I can buy this, I can buy that. I'm not interested. I want to actually sit down at the table and do a closing for myself on my birthday on my property, on my building, not property, but building. I want to own the building. You know why? Because we have to start building wealth. And real estate is one of the areas in which we as African Americans can build wealth. We're losing that, where we're not building our wealth, we're not teaching our children how to understand real estate, the importance of it. There's always money in your building, in your house. Don't take it out to go on vacation to buy a car. No, take it out to buy another property, something that's going to give you some residual income. Otherwise, you're just going to be in debt, and eventually you're just going to be overwhelmed. But if you
Mhm.
buy a building and let that building pay you, now you have that extra money that you decide if you want to go on vacation or buy a car. It's not coming. It's something that God said, no, I'll give prophetess Lydia, who awesome prophet woman of God. She said it a long time ago when I was in church. She said, Don't give from your cup, give from your overflow. You know, that running over part of your cup when it's running over, give from that, because then you'll always have. And that's what, to me, we need to learn how to do when it comes to building wealth. Real estate
Uh,
is that.
yeah, again, that's that mindset.
Yeah, Rick said it.
And
Don't
you
use
know
the
what?
earned income. Use the passive.
Yeah. You you're triggering so many thoughts as you're speaking because that cup represents sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the mindset of, give from your sacrifice, give from your sacrifice. But and it's a good thing to an extent, but you never get to experience your overflow.
Yeah.
You understand? It's so much unlearning, relearning that we have to do as a people. So
Yes.
that's why I'm like, God, I'm so glad you said mindset and you use words like discipline and confidence, because that's what it's going to take. It's going to take a level of discipline and a level of confidence to retrain your mindset.
It is.
Is and that once you do that, everything else will fall into place. You'll gain focus. You're more rooted. You're more grounded, and all of that will connect with your passion of what you do. And
It's
that's
something
that's
else too.
really really
We we we
important.
we talked on it earlier, and I just wanted to put this out there. I was reading a book. It's called Success, and it said, in order to you have to position yourself around people that are successful, that you want to, you want to get into. But also, the one thing that he talked about, he said, successful people have libraries, poor people have TVs. And that for me was a pivotal turning point, because I looked around my house and I had a TV in every room, so that no matter what room I walked into, I could turn the TV on and watch a TV show. But what I also realized, that years ago when I was really successful, I was reading books. I wasn't watching TV because I didn't have time to watch TV. When I had that time, I would pick up a book, I would make a phone call, I would start doing something pertaining to my business, you know, whether it was reading the word of God and getting encouragement. But I wasn't watching what I call the dumb box, because the TV dumbs us down. It really does.
It
When you
really
look at the
does.
shows, don't get me wrong, they're entertaining. We all need a bit of entertainment with all that we go through. But when you look at how they dumb it down to make you think, even the cartoons for the kids, the Teletubbies. I don't mean no harm. I know people love it, but when I grew up, cartoons talked. They said things. They didn't go woo, 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 woo. They didn't do all of that. So I feel like it's not challenging us anymore. So we have to be challenged, and a lot of times that challenge comes from reading a book. Reading a book where you actually have to look up the words to understand the definition of some of the words. My favorite preacher is Pastor Noel Jones. Why? He challenges me when he preaches. His words, he speaks words that sometimes I have to go, wait, what did he just say? Let me go look this up. What does that word mean? What's the definition? And once I look it up, it becomes part of my vocabulary. And that's where we have to start going, is increasing our vocabulary to where we speak on a level where it causes people to turn around and go, wow, what did she say? Or what did he say? Or who's that? You know, they automatically assume that our vernacular is very limited, which is not true. And we have to get back to that place where every week we learn a new vocabulary word, something different, something new, and we use it. I'm sorry, Cherise, I don't want to take over, but
Oh,
I'm
no, no, no.
passionate about that, because I
You
feel
are the
that
guest. You are the
I
guest.
do. I feel like if we want to build, we have to be able to sit down and have a conversation with them. This year is my year. I'm not coming to the table. I am the table.
I
I'm
say
not
it.
bringing the table. I am the table. So that's what we have to come into a room. When you walk into a room with people, it needs to be where they turn around to see who you are. Because when you walked in, your energy comes in before you. God goes before you and opens that door, creates that path, but you got to walk through it, and you got to walk through it with confidence. Even if you don't know, still walk through it with confidence. Because God will give you the words. He'll give you the knowledge that you need, but we also got to put in the work. We can't sit there and expect God to give us everything and not do the work. And that's where I'm at this year. It's like we got to change the things that we do. No longer the normal. Stretch yourself. This is a stretch, people. I do real estate every day, all day, but getting on a podcast, Cherise will tell you, I didn't fight her, but I said, Lord, what am I going to talk about? But we have to encourage one another. We have to do it. I want everybody to own a house. I want all of my people. My goal is to have 20 people in homes this year. Why? Look at your rent. Your rent is $3,200 a month. For what? At the end, when you do your taxes, you can't write any of that off. But you better believe if you buy that house, you can. And if you can't afford it by yourself, go into it with someone else. You can buy a 2-family. You get one, they get one, until you both get enough equity, and then buy another one and then move on. Or sell it and then buy something separate. But we got to get to that mindset where we are owners. The Bible says, God will make you the head and not the tail. And that's what I believe in terms of being an owner versus a renter. Some people will rent forever, and that's fine. But I want to be an owner. I don't want anyone to dictate what my rent is going to be and tell me that they're increasing my rent. I want to own my property. So when I decide I want to do something, I can do it. I don't have to ask anybody. You got to leave a legacy for your children, even if not your children, leave a legacy for yourself so that you're not dependent on one stream of income to live.
Yeah, I like it. So we're almost done. We're not done, but we're almost done. So what I want to do right here, I want you to we're gonna put up your information because I know Rick want to connect with you. So I want to put up your information.
Sure.
And I think I want to take these last few minutes. I'm gonna do something a little different because of your career choice. I want to take this moment for people to ask you some questions.
Sure.
Are you okay with that?
I am fine. Please do.
All right. So we're going to get your information up in the comments so we can post it. And if y'all have a question, a financial question, real estate question, what's the first step to take into becoming a realtor or a homeowner, we're going to put time aside for you to ask those kind of questions as we put her information on the screen. I got you, Rick, and we getting it to you right now. Thank you. Because I know for me, I know commercial is hard.
I worked with a commercial firm down in Brooklyn, one of the oldest ones, and I chose. There was a few women in there, and they did not want to let me in terms of they hired me, but they didn't want to teach me anything about commercial. And so I did what I did. I put on my Timberlands and I kicked the door down. I started going in their office talking about, hey, what are you doing? Where are you going? Can I go with you? And I would go in and ask questions. And what I realized is that the more aggressive I became with it, the more open and willing they were to share. They just wasn't going to come to me and share it. I actually had to get up and go to them and say, hey, I want to learn. I want to know about this. Now, they're still only going to let you in to a certain level because commercial real estate is deep. But this year, I plan on kicking the door all the way down where my name is going to be known for commercial real estate.
Let me ask you this while we're waiting for people to submit their questions.
Sure.
Is the process different for residential and commercial?
Now, once you
No.
have a real estate license in New York State, you can sell in all of New York State. So I'm licensed in New York State. So if I want to go upstate to sell, I can. If I want to anything that has NY on it at the end, I can sell it. The thing is, you don't want to be a jack of all trades, meaning going all over the place, because then it becomes difficult for you to kind of get to do your business. Because if I'm traveling 3 hours, I'm only going to be able to do one thing that day because it's only 24 hours in a day. You understand? So you have to be strategic. Now, if you call me up and say, "Hey, I definitely want to buy a property in Middletown, New York, and I've already pre-approved you, which is one of the first steps to buying a house, and I see that you're serious," then I'll take that time out and go up there with you and show you property. But I don't do look-sees. If you just want to look and shop, then that's going to be on your time, your dime. My
I
time
like it.
is my time costs money. So I don't do look-sees. If you just want to look and shop, then okay, go ahead and hit me back when you finish. But if you're serious about buying, whether it's commercial or residential, I'm your girl. I'll take you out. We'll go do what we have to do, but you got to make the first step, which means you must get pre-approved. It's not mandatory to go out, but it makes more sense so that you know what your budget is.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't
Say
make
your
sense.
email address so we can put it in the comments.
My email address is lady1realtor@gmail.com, which is LADY, the number one, REALTOR@gmail.com.
These fat fingers of mine hit all the wrong buttons. REALT. Thank you. ORES. OR. Thank you. Lady One Realtor
@gmail.com.
Okay. So let me see if I can put this up here for the people. These fat fingers of mine. If it ain't the fingers, it's the nails. I'm coming, y'all.
And I'll give you guys my phone number. It's 646-335-6161.
Say it again. 646
335
335
6161.
Okay. Okay.
And guys, here's a key. Don't be scared to purchase a house. Like, don't be scared. It's something that you can use later on too. If you buy your first house, you build up your equity, you can take some of that equity money out and buy something else later if you want.
So here's a question.
Sure.
What do you need to do to become pre-approved?
Talk to my mortgage guy. That's it. My mortgage guy will pull everything. He will ask you certain questions. He'll ask your social security number, all that, how long you've been working on your job, how much money you have in the bank. They'll go through all of that. There's programs out there that you can, for first-time homeowners, that offer grants. It's a longer process, but it's worth it. But you have to have some skin in the game, meaning you have to have some money to put down as well. They're not going to fund you 100%, because if you have no skin in the game, that means you're more easy to walk away from something and not take care of it or not pay the bill, because you're not losing anything. But if they're giving you 40,000 and you putting down 20,000, you're not walking away. Rick, I saw your question. Yes, credit does play an important part. If you feel that your credit is not up to par, talk to me. I have a credit repair company that works with you, and they told me things that I didn't even know existed on how to get my credit straight for my clients. So it's a process, but it's a process that's worth it, because regardless of whether you're buying a house or just getting car insurance, they look at your credit. And that's something that we have to teach our kids about, is credit. And not just to mess it up. If you're buying something and you can't afford it, don't buy it. I don't care how bad you want it. If you can't pay it off in 2 months, it's not for you right now. That's the key. And you said you're interested in house hacking. I'm not sure if I understand what house hacking is, but we could talk about that. Good morning, Audrey. That's my girl that I work with in real estate. That's my partner.
Good morning, Audrey. Thank you for joining us today.
But understand one thing: when it comes to real estate, there's a lot of things that are important, but the first thing is mindset. Everything is regarding mindset. God asks us to change our minds, to govern our minds accordingly. We have to, because that's where everything begins. That's where the battle begins. That's where the fight begins. Spiritual as well as natural. It begins in our mind. It's what you tell yourself. It's what you see yourself. So if you see yourself as successful, then you'll work towards it. If you see, you have to change your mindset. Rick, you can call me later. We could definitely chit chat about whatever it is that you want. But your next question, Cherise, what else? Any other questions?
I personally don't have any questions right now.
All right.
Here's me. This is just me, right? I know what I want.
Mm-hmm.
I also know I'm not disciplined enough to go after it just yet, but I'm working on building up my discipline. So I already know when I know I'm ready, because that's that mindset. You're not gonna be able to get rid of me. But I know I know the vision that I see. I know what I want. I got to get my mindset ready to go through the ups and downs, the waiting, the disappointment, the go back and do it again. You understand what I'm saying?
I do.
I have questions. They're just not for right now. But it's for but I already know my end result. That's why I was like, commercial. I didn't know you did commercial, because
Listen.
my end goal is to have my own facility. You understand what I'm saying? So, wait, we got a question.
Okay, you know what, Roberta? It's funny that you asked me that. One of my sister girlfriends, she is a counselor at NACA, and I was telling her to come on because I said, in case I had a question. I think NACA is a great organization. It's a long process. It's tedious, but for a lot of people, it's well worth it. And as a realtor, I can still be your agent as we walk you through NACA, which I think is a good thing, because as your personal agent, when you hire me as your agent, I become a buyer's agent, which means I work for you. I work to make sure that you get the best deal in every aspect. Whereas the other way, somebody is just showing you property, they don't work for you. So basically, as a buyer's agent, you're paying me to be your agent.
So what is NACA exactly?
NACA is a nonprofit organization that when they do I can only give you a little bit about it. When they do their counseling, they don't pre-approve you based on your credit and everything. They pre-approve you based on what you can afford to pay per month. So if your budget is $200,000, like say you pay $2,500 a month for rent, and you've been paying that steadily, NACA will try to make sure that the house that they find you, that your mortgage is only going to be $2,500.
Because they know you can pay that.
Right. It becomes a little difficult because a lot of that may not be in New York, because our mortgage here will be like $4,000 or $5,000. So there's a lot of programs. There's another program called Peer Gap that's through Chase, where they hook up two people that want to buy a house together. So let's say myself and Cherise. Say Cherise is approved for $300,000 or let's say $500,000. I'm approved for $500,000. but there's nothing in the area for 500. Peer Gap will set us up together as long as we match personalities and everything and what we want. They'll draw up a contract that we both sign and agree to, like a prenup, and they'll take my stuff, my money, Cherise's money, put it together. Now we got $1 million, and we'll go find a 2-family house. Cherise gets her side, I get my side, and now we have our own house. Even though we're sharing the mortgage, we still have our own house. And then whatever the terms are, whether it's 5 years, 10 years down the road, we either could sell the house and then go buy 2 separate houses, or go buy another 2-family house, and then I got one and you have one. There's a whole lot of ways to do it. We just have to be open and willing to do it. You know, we just have to be open and willing to do it. My experience with NACA is very limited, but I'm starting to get more into NACA because I feel that our people can benefit from NACA. My friend Audrey said she's used NACA in the past, but those of you that are interested, we could talk about it later, and we can actually get involved with NACA, because that's my goal this year, is to get involved in more of these programs so that we can get more property. The city is giving away money for homelessness. And if you're buying a 2-family house and housing these people, the city is paying you. They're paying good money to help you house people that are in need of apartments or rooms or whatever. So why not take advantage of it?
Yeah. This has been so informative.
There is so
Believe
much
it or not, I
more.
learned a lot today.
Listen, when it comes to real estate, this is the one avenue where you can build money. Like, you can
Yeah.
make money. You know, but we have to stop being scared. Scared money don't make money.
Scared money don't make money.
And that's the truth. And we got to stop being scared. If we say we saved and we trust God and we believe God, then where's our faith? Step out on that faith. Roberta, you said you're in the NACA program. Okay. Are you working with an agent or a counselor at NACA, Roberta? Did she respond?
Okay. She's going to, hopefully she can. She's probably typing it in.
But if not, hit me up later. We can talk about it. I have somebody that is actually, if you're not working with a counselor, but you want to work with a NACA person, I have somebody. Good.
Yeah, she
Okay.
said, yeah, she has a counselor.
Okay, good. But if you don't have a counselor and you're interested in NACA, let me know. I can be your realtor while we go through the NACA program, which is what I think is a good idea, because it benefits you as well as myself. I'm not gonna lie, this is a business. Everything I do is definitely regarding business, but I'm also the type of person that wants to make sure that my clients, my customers, are well taken care of.
Yeah.
Not taking advantage, but taken care of.
Yeah. So, I feel like all entrepreneurship, time, money, energy is so relevant, so important, so important, so important, so important. This was really, really good, because I'm hesitant in what I'm saying because wheels are spinning right now.
I want wheels to turn. I want
Um,
everybody's wheels to turn so that you understand what I'm saying and what this
yeah.
can do for us.
So listen, guys, because we're about to wrap up. Her information is on here. Her email address, her phone number is on here. But I am going to say this as a disclaimer, not because she's my friend and my sister, but because business is business. Please don't waste her time. No question is a dumb question,
Mm-mm.
but please don't waste her time. Time, energy, and it's not about the money. It's really about the time and energy, because she's someone like me, and I could definitely vouch for her. She's going to be thorough. She's going to be transparent. She's going to take her time. She's going to make sure that she presents the best outcome for you. So if you're when you contact her, when you reach out to her, please just don't waste her time and energy. Can you do that for me? Because I don't want to have to cuss y'all out. Okay, great. I just because I believe in that. Because again, this is a hard field, and you're like me. You're very passionate about stuff, especially when you love it. Like I love Solid Saturday. I'm very passionate. I want you all to get it. My trademark is not bigger, better, greater because it rhymes. You know what I mean? I want you all to get bigger, better, greater. So I'm in your face. I got my knee in your back. This is an open opportunity to be bigger, better, greater at something. So I'm just, as with all the entrepreneurs, even with Carlene from 2 weeks ago, time and energy. These people on this platform are very passionate and very committed about what they do, and they have labored and they have sacrificed. Please, y'all, when you reach out to these people, I'm just asking, please don't waste their time and energy. All right? Y'all do that for me. Jeanette, it's 9 o'clock. We gotta go. I so enjoyed this. And
Rita, I'm glad.
I pray that we've networked and made some great connections. I know you'll probably get more questions after the fact.
No
I'm
problem.
believing God that your phone battery is about to die because it's gonna go off.
Listen, give me a call, guys. Very much. I will answer any calls I have. Any text me, call me. Just let me know who you are, that I met you on Solid Saturday, so I know who it is, or just put your name in there as well.
Yeah.
Thank you, Audrey.
Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Also, people from in the replay, still submit your questions if you have any.
Yes.
Still feel free to reach out to us. Like she said, just mention, look, I'm not a stalker. I saw a Solid Saturday and I need some help. I need some guidance, but we'll accept that.
Absolutely.
But this has been absolutely
Thank you.
amazing. I'm still stuck
Thank
on
you.
commercial
Thank you,
because I have
Cherise.
such a vision for my wellness facility. Anyway, this ain't about me. But listen, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I pray that this has been impactful and enlightening and encouraging to somebody. May not all bodies, but to somebody. So again, next week we'll have another great, phenomenal guest speaker in a whole different realm of entrepreneurship, which is not easy. So you're tuned in as we wrap up Women's History Month. Thank you for making history with me today.
Thank you for
Jeanette.
inviting me. I love you, Cherise.
And until next week, you guys just stay safe and
Bye,
stay
guys.
encouraged.
You guys are
Bye.
great. Thank you so much.